thankful for,
Yeah.
right?
Forget
Let's switch it up. Oh, Noah, got his hand up. What you thankful for, man?
that. See another day.
To see another day. All right, let's do popcorn. Pick somebody. Good job,
Elijah.
Elijah.
I'm thankful to see another day too.
You thankful to see another day too? Okay, good. Keep going.
Ezekiel.
Ezekiel. What you thankful for? He ready to read. What you grateful for, Ezekiel?
I won't die.
For your house shy. Good job. All right. For your house shy. Ezekiel, who would you like to go next?
No one.
Noah? Noah went already.
It's Caleb. Stay home.
Caleb. Caleb, what are you grateful for, man?
See you.
To see me?
Oh.
Oh, you're so sweet. Oh, I love you, Caleb. I love all my kids. I'm happy to see you. I'm thankful to see y'all too. Okay, Caleb, who do you want to go next, man?
Oh, that was everyone.
London, London said y'all come up here. Come on, London giving me the side eye. She was falling asleep last night with me. Come on, y'all come up here so y'all can be a part of the team. Come on.
It's okay, London. Don't be shy.
Come on, Seth. London, what you thankful for? Huh?
It's okay, London. Don't be shy. Said you was thankful that you were healthy and strong. You just told me that, right? Yeah, go ahead and talk.
Thankful that I'm healthy and strong.
Good, good. You thankful for being healthy and strong. All right. Okay, London, who you want to go next? Seth, Seth, what are you grateful for? Look at his little face. He's so cute. Are you happy to be here in class with us? Yeah, you.
Is it me?
Me? Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. All right. Sister Matanaya?
I'm thankful for last night. Sisters was able to get together. Some much needed sister time, and maybe it was fun. I enjoyed myself. Always love to be together with sisters. Definitely was thankful for that.
Come. Matanaya, you gotta pick somebody.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm going to pick Rosa.
Rosa.
I'm thankful to have my sisters because I never had a sister before. I only grew up with brothers. So I'm very thankful that I was able to get a bunch of sisters, and it's really needed.
Sister Rosa, who you want to go next?
Marcy.
Marcy.
I am thankful also for our sister night last night, all the laughs and the chair that was at the movies and the movie. It was honestly fun. It definitely was much needed. And you never know like how needed it was until you get together and just are with each other and in each other's presence. Definitely was I'm definitely very grateful for that.
Con. Marcy, who's next?
Oh, Tanya.
Same here. I'm thankful for all the sisters being able to be in unity with everyone. I miss that a lot. So being able to be back around all the sisters and garments and last night, that was something I enjoyed getting together and just outside of class. It is much needed and very, very grateful for that. And grateful for the sisters' help, with
You next, and then I think I'm last. Unless you wanna
I'm
get-
grateful for waking up today.
Okay, kind. I'm grateful for, I got a copy off for all the sisters. I'm grateful for last night. It, even though we get really tired in the flesh and sometimes in the spirit too, I was talking to my husband the other day and I said, babe, I'm spiritually tired. And he said, kind. But I know that, iron sharpeneth iron, and just being around my sisters, you sisters, you make a really big difference, and it makes me want to push and do more. So last night it was awesome just to go step out and be with you guys. So I was great. I'm very grateful for that. It gave me a burst of energy this morning, even though everybody rolled out the bed and was like, it's time to go, it's 12 o'clock. Kind. But yeah, so I'm grateful, and I wanna make sure that we have that to come more and more, you know, just to always be able to look forward to. What's next, guys? Our commandments, Ezekiel? Yep, Exodus 20, Exodus chapter 20, right? And you thankful for your Howard Shai. Alright, so Noah, you gonna get it started?
Exodus 20, verse 3. Thou shalt not have any other gods before me. Thou shalt not make unto their any graven image. Thou shalt not do.
Slow down a little bit.
Thou shalt not bow down thyself to them, nor serve them. For the Lord thy God is a jealous God, visiting diligently iniquity of the father of the children upon the fourth and third generation. Thou shalt not take the name of the Lord thy God in vain, for the Lord will not hold him guiltless that taketh his name in vain.
Keep going. Verse 8.
Remember the Sabbath day to keep it holy.
Good.
6 days
Shall thou labor?
shalt thou labor and do all thy work,
Thy work.
thy work, but
But the seventh day.
the seventh day is the Sabbath of the Lord thy God. In it thou son,
Shall not.
shall not
Ezekiel. Do any work.
do any work
Elijah, help him out. Pick up.
where is he?
Just start from 10 for me. The seventh day.
Verse 10. But the seventh day is the Sabbath day, is the Sabbath of the Lord thy God. In it thou shalt not do any work, thou, nor thy son, nor thy daughter, thy manservant, nor thy maidservant, nor thy cattle, nor thy stranger that is within thy gate. For in 6 days the Lord made heaven and earth, the sea, and all that in them is, and rested the seventh day. Wherefore the Lord blessed the Sabbath day and hallowed it. Honor thy father and thy mother, that thy days that thy days may be long upon the land which the Lord thy God giveth thee. Thou shalt not kill, thou shalt not commit adultery, thou shalt not steal, thou shalt not bear false witness against thy neighbor, thou shalt not covet thy neighbor's house, thou shalt not covet thy neighbor's wife, nor his manservant, nor his maidservant, nor his ox, nor his ass, nor anything that is thy neighbor's.
Alright, thank you, gentlemen, thank you. Alright, it feels like last week was a long time ago, right? Does it feel like we weren't here together just last week? That was a long time ago for me, it feels like. So, some of us weren't in class, so what we're doing a part 2 to what we were doing last week. And the topic was here today, gone tomorrow. So who can help out? Who can help us out and let everybody know what we did, what we talked about last week? Because a couple of us weren't here. Noah.
War? What war was?
What war was? What else? Y'all keep going. Sister Ivy had all of the dialogue going on with us, right? Elijah, you remember? Remember what we were talking about? War between who, Noah?
Russia and Ukraine.
Russia and Ukraine, okay. How did we relate that to what's going on right now with us here in America?
There's gonna be another war with Taiwan and China.
I was just talking about that.
That's getting scary. Elijah, why is that important? We talked about a word, right? You remember that word we spoke about? And Justice sat right here and she said, oh, well, can I tell you what this is?
Oh,
Noah?
idol?
Not idol, but it's close.
Ally.
Ally.
Good job.
An ally. Good job. Okay. Now, what were we talking about? Who is an ally? What is an ally? Caleb? Big brother can help you out too, okay?
The ally is someone that you look up to help you fight a war.
Right, right. So we're gonna bring that back and we're gonna spin and put that all into a circle. So we're talking about different wars. We're talking about here today, gone tomorrow. We're talking about the war growing, and we talked about allies, right? So that's important to know. We talked about, hey, it's okay to go and party and have fun, but we also need to know what's going out there in the world so we don't get caught slipping, and we know how to be vigilant at all times, right? So why is that important with us here in America? We're supposed to be someone's ally. Who is it? Elijah? America is whose ally? Noah? The people that are getting bullied by Russia, right? So for the sisters, I remember Sister Ivy was talking, and the last thing she said that I remember, which was most important, she said, you know what? She said, I'm going to stop worrying about all of the little things and focus on what's to come, because the brothers sit here, we're not going to go too far into it because it can get deep, because that's when you start talking about revelations and different breakdowns. But the thing that we need to understand is it's prophecy. So prophecy is what's going to happen next, right? So they tell us that the Bible is written, they teach us that the Bible is written in 3 ways, right? So the Bible is representing, we have to remember when we learning from this book right here, it's 3 different things, and the sisters can help us out and let us know how the Bible is written. Okay? Does anybody know the 3 ways that the Bible is written? And our sisters can help us out, because it may be your pa too, because this question is something that we always got to remember. Noah?
I know what the last 2 books are, but I don't know what they're called.
So it's 3 ways. When we open up this book is written 3 ways. It's prophecy, so prophetic. So the sisters are gonna help us out, okay? Remember these 3 things. You can read a book, so you can open up a book. You can read Cat in the Hat, and you could just see, oh, I'm reading, okay, yeah. But sometimes when you read Cat in the Hat, you could get 3 different messages from it. It could represent 3 different things. And the sisters in the back are going to tell us what those 3 different things are. This is how the Bible's written, okay? All right. One of the sisters is going to tell us.
Sister Tanya was gonna say it.
Okay.
I think it was historical.
It's historic, yep. What happened in history. So what previously happened, right? That's the first one. Symbolic. So symbolic, if I say, okay, symbolic, Yahushua or the word represents the water. That's symbolism, okay? So if I say, what's this good water represent? Yahushua, it's gonna click in your head. Oh, okay, that's a symbol. That's symbolic. So the Bible is written historic, symbolic, and what else? Prophetic. So it's for what's to come. So when our brothers teach us and they say, hey, well, that hasn't happened yet. And you remember when we talked last week and we said, oh, okay, well, we know that war has to happen in order for who to come back? Noah? Yahushua. So remember, we talked about Israel being a what? We said Israel, remember we said Israel requires a sign. The Jews require a sign. You remember that? Maybe we did, let's go to the scripture, okay, so we can remember it a little bit more, okay? So we know that we have to do this one just to bring it back on our mind. So you're gonna go, Elijah, go to 1 Peter 5 and 8. This is just bringing in that balance, because last week 2 weeks ago we talked about balance, and then last week we brought it to say, hey, you know what, we gotta make sure that we know what's going on in the world. It's important, right? Okay, so you're gonna read that one real fast for me.
1 Peter chapter 5 verse 8. Be sober, be vigilant, because your adversary, the devil, as a roaring lion, walketh about, seeking whom he may devour.
Right. So we know that we have to pay attention to what's going on. All right, and that was just to bring us into what we need to go into right now. Okay, so we know we started to talk about, or maybe we didn't get there just yet, but Israel requires a sign. Our people are very stiff-necked. They're very hard-headed. They like to do things their way. And the one thing about our people is we go through a lot of hurt and pain and suffering before we understand what's good for us. So most of the people in this room, most of the grown-ups that's in this room, and I can even speak for myself the most. So I had to go through a lot of pain and a lot of suffering and a lot of bad things in order to understand what's good for me. Okay? So it tells us that, I want you to go to 1 Corinthians chapter 1 and verse 22. And before you get that, Elijah, it's our people. We have a very, very hard way of accepting what's good for us. Like Yahushua told us to take his yoke, it will be easy. If we do what the Most High instructs us to do, then he'll make our paths easy, and he'll make it won't be perfect, but he'll make it a lot easier versus the people that are in the world. Okay, so before you go there, I'm going to read one in Deuteronomy chapter 9 and verse 13. It says, furthermore, the Most High spake unto me, saying, I have seen his people. I have seen this people, and behold, it is a stiff-necked people. So the Most High, he knows. He knows. He created us. He knows that we are going to always go against what it is he instructs for us to do. Okay? So it's like your parents telling you to do something over and over again, but you don't listen. So your parents had to end up beating you in order for you to understand. And I know that sounds a little bit extreme, but y'all know the truth. Everybody in here, y'all have gotten a whooping. Raise your hand if you got a whooping. Why'd you get a whooping?
For being bad.
For being bad. Being bad is not listening to what was told to you the first time, right? So, or doing what it is you thought was right in your eyes. So if your mom said to you, hey, look, listen to me. Tell me the truth. If you tell me the truth, I won't spank you. But if you lie to me, I'm going to beat you. And she knows the truth, and she finds out the truth, and she call your little brother, your little sister in here, she say, hey, get in here. Hey, what did Caleb do? Or what did Noah do? What did your pa do? What happened? Oh, well, did you see it with your own eyes? Yeah. You got another witness? Yeah. Okay, well, because you lied to me, because you're doing what it is you're not supposed to be doing, I'm going to beat you now, okay? And even after they say, if you tell me the truth, I won't beat you. But sometimes we got to learn it the hard way, okay? So now I want you guys to understand that the Most High, he does the same exact thing. He punishes us, but he does it in a way scarier way. And the scriptures tell us that. So you're going to read 1 Corinthians chapter 1 and verse 22. We have to have something happen to us in order for us to fully understand what it is we need to. And sometimes we still just go away. We go on our own way. So go ahead and read 1 Corinthians chapter 1 and verse 22.
1 Corinthians chapter 1 verse 22. For the Jews require a sign, and the Greeks seek after wisdom.
So the Greeks were not our people, but we are the ones that were promised everything that was for our own good. So it says the Jews require a sign. The reason that I brought that scripture out is because with all of this chaos happening, like Noah just said, we're getting ready to have other countries that are getting ready to get involved, which means it's going to be a bigger problem. So that means war and destruction and chaos and all of that scary, all that scariness, all the death, all of the bombing, all of the things you don't want to think about. We just kind of want to go have fun and just not think about that stuff. But we have to understand that it's here, it's present, and the Most High is making things happen. He's trying to wake his people up. He's trying to say, hey, you thinking about this, but you need to be getting back to me. You need to be figuring out what's pleasing to me and how to practice my law, statutes, and commandments. So when Yahweh Shai comes back and he go ahead and he rips through 2/3, then you can go ahead and be accepted into the kingdom. Not everybody's gonna make it. And when I say not everybody's gonna make it, no one knows who's going to make it to the kingdom. All we can do is keep doing his will. Everybody in this room, you might make it, you might not. I might not make it. But all I know is for today, I can only do my best and go for it. That's it. So that's a scary thing to think about. But the reason that I brought that scripture up is because when you say, okay, the Jews require a sign, we're the Jews. We have to have things like a war in Russia. Again, Russia, it has the biggest, baddest, scariest military in the whole entire world. No one is tougher than Russia. And guess what? We're not for Russia. We're against Russia. So the other little country like Ukraine, they're saying, hey, I'm not gonna back down, but they don't have enough people on their side. They don't have enough manpower or actually fuel. They don't have what's needed in order to fight against the Russians. So the more that Russia goes and say, hey, you either gonna get down or you gonna lay down. You're gonna let us take over your land, and Russia is gonna put their hands in everything it is that they want. So you guys need to understand that, because this was written in this book. This is under prophecy. So when you go home and you want to learn a little bit more or dig a little bit deeper, well, what does Sister Ashariah mean by it's prophetic? It's going to happen. It's to come. It tells us in this book, and the brothers can sit there and break it down to you so you can understand. Oh man, this is happening. This is going to happen. So the things that happened before, like it told us in Deuteronomy that our people were going to be sold into slavery and we were going to be in captivity. Did that happen? Did that happen? Yes, that happened. You guys know about slaves? Yes, we still in captivity. So you hear me talking about that because it's to come, it's happening, it's slowly happening. And you guys, I'm not trying to scare you, but Yahweh Shai is gonna come like a thief in the night, and we don't know when he's gonna come back. So you gotta be ready, and you gotta be ready to keep doing his will. Okay? So from there, you guys remember when we talked and I said, well, when we say the Jews require a sign, it's funny because you don't think about it until you hear that boom, the guns and the screaming and the just all of the scariness, you know, the bombs going off. That's what they're dealing with. We're not dealing with that right here. But that's the sign that our people require in order to want to do right. And it's scary, okay? It's really, really scary. Because when you hear those bombs going off and when you see people getting shot right in front of your face or people exploding, I know it's very graphic, but it's the truth. So when you see that happening, you go and you cry out to the Most High and you say, oh, help, help, Most High, Yahweh, help, help, help. That's the sign that we require. That's sad. So since we don't have to see that right now, we need to make sure that we're doing everything it is that we can do to make sure that it's pleasing unto him, because he's the author and what? Finisher of our faith. So whatever he wants to happen, he gonna make it happen. So we gotta make sure that we're doing what we gotta do, okay? And it's also one thing that you guys have to remember. So he's gonna cut off a lot of people because he has to go and replenish the earth. And it was funny because the sisters and I, we went to go see Batman last night, right? And I can't spoil the movie. I'm not gonna spoil the movie. I can't do it. I can't do it. But one thing, let's talk about real fast. What happened? What did the Most High do when Noah had to go and build the ark? Why did he tell Noah to go build that ark? Noah.
Because it was gonna rain.
It was gonna rain.
And it took 100 years to build the boat, and 100 years later.
And yeah, and it rained and rained and rained, and he flooded what? What did he do?
Flood the earth.
He flooded the entire earth. Why did he do that? For GP?
For everyone, because everyone was wicked.
Because everyone was wicked, and they was partying and drinking and getting married and having fun, and that's okay to do. But when you're doing things and it's not in a righteous way, then you got a problem. So he had to go and wipe that out. So the Most High, do you guys, real fast, I know this is on a side note, does anybody know what a rainbow represents? Noah?
Gay.
Okay, now it represents people being gay, but the rainbow is in this book, Elijah.
The rainbow represents that the Most High will flood the earth again.
Kind. That's his promise. He made a covenant saying, okay, when you see my rainbow in the sky, I'm going to make a promise to you. I'm making a covenant with you. I won't flood the earth again. That ain't say nothing about fire though, did it? Yeah. So he said, I won't flood the earth again. However, Noah.
He won't flood the earth with water. He will flood the earth with fire.
Kind. And it's written in a book. So history taught us that, hey, when we see a rainbow in the sky, it's a promise saying I won't flood out the earth again. However, there is what's going on right now that you can say, okay, what does that rainbow symbolize? It's symbolic for what?
The promise the Most High made.
The promise. But then you think about prophetic, which is what? Noah.
The gay people.
The what's going to happen in the future, right? So that was just something that I wanted to try to tie back to this class. All right, y'all, we're gonna keep moving. We're gonna keep on moving. So you know, one thing that you guys gotta remember, Elijah, you're gonna find me Proverbs chapter 21 and verse 18. One thing you guys have to remember is when the Most High instructed Noah to go ahead and build that ark, and he said, hey, this is what's going to happen. And Noah kept trying to spread word and say, hey, look, the Most High is going to flood out this earth. Everybody's going to die. Everything on this earth is going to be washed away. people laughed at him and told him, yeah, right, you're crazy. It's not gonna rain, right? So he was trying to do what he was supposed to do, but he actually said, I can only do what I can do. So he was doing the Father's will. He was doing the Most High's will. However, we have to understand that the righteous is going to be a ransom for the wicked. So it's like, hey, look, for all of those people that are out there in the world and they're doing what it is they want to do and they know about the truth, he's saying, all right, I'm going to trade you in, you're going to be slaughtered off with your head. But you, the one that's doing what you're supposed to be doing, I'm going to go ahead and swap it out. Get off of that. Get it away. So you're gonna say, all right, the righteous is gonna be a ransom for the wicked. And I need for one more sister to help me out a little bit more, because I want a different perspective, because I'm tired of hearing my voice. So I need for one sister to help me out after this scripture. We're talking about the righteous is a ransom for the wicked. We're talking about war that's happening right now and the way America is getting further involved with this, okay? So you go ahead in Matthew, sweetie. Proverbs.
Proverbs chapter 21, verse 18. The wicked shall be a ransom for the righteous, and the transgressor for the upright.
Okay. Can any sister help me out in regards to the righteous shall be a ransom? I'm sorry, the wicked shall be a ransom for the righteous. So, okay, let's think about this, okay? Who's ever seen a movie where somebody is robbing a bank and they have hostages inside that bank, and the person that's robbing the bank says, hey, if you don't give me all the money or if you don't let me go free, I'm going to do something bad to this person, and they hold them, right? Or even like this. Have you ever seen a movie and they say a kid gets kidnapped, right? And they say, all right, if you don't give me $3 million, because I know you're rich, if you don't give me $3 million, then I am going to do something bad to your child. And they have your child. They're holding your child ransom, okay? Like, you have to pay that money in order to be free, in order for the kids to go back to their parents. So it's kind of, I want you guys to think of it like that, in a sense where the wicked are going to have to die in order for the righteous. That's all I'm saying. Y'all understand that?
If I
Help me out, Marcy.
So just like what we're talking about, the war that's going on with Russia and Ukraine, right? So are they righteous or are they wicked? They're wicked. And look at them. That's why you have to compare the Bible to now. That's why you know that the Bible is true. Because the Most High said there will be wars and rumors of wars. So this is what's happening. We can link this up with the wicked shall be a righteous for a wicked shall be a ransom for the righteous. This is what's happening. This is not the beginning. This is coming close to an end. They're dying.
And
They're
that's
look
perfect.
at the war. Look at what might happen with China and Taiwan. They're wicked.
And you're talking about nuclear
Right.
weapons. Nuclear weapons it's when nuclear weapons go off, it affects the entire world. So even though they might be fighting in one country and another country, and it's not here in America, when those missiles are launched, it's a wrap. So it sounds really scary, but just like Sister Marcy was saying, you guys have to understand, because it leads us straight into the next thing. Elijah, give me Matthew chapter 24 and verse 22. You children are blessed to be under the protection of the Most High and to understand what this book is showing us. So if the Bible is written in 3 different ways, and you have men that are there and able to break this down, you guys have treasure. This book right here is worth more than anything in the entire world, because people open up this book and they don't understand it. So you guys are beyond blessed in order to get this information, because not everybody gets this information. Not everybody is picked to be He doesn't call everybody to let them know who they are. He might send a messenger your way, but once you get this knowledge and you understand, you're handpicked from the Most High. So just like Sister Mercy said, things are gonna get a lot worse. So, but you guys are under the protection of the Most High, and we are living in our end times. So they're not gonna get better; they're gonna get worse. So you guys have to remember that the world is given into the hand of the wicked. So we are in our end time. Stop flipping that Bible unless you're gonna read something. Read, Elijah.
Proverbs chapter 24.
Matthew
Matthew chapter 24, verse 23,
22.
22. And except those days should be shortened, there should no flesh be saved.
So read that one more time, stronger.
Matthew chapter 24, verse 22. And except those days should be shortened, there should no flesh be saved.
A little bit of flesh is gonna be saved.
No flesh should be saved.
My mom's flesh gonna be saved.
No flesh be saved.
Nobody is going to be saved. Nobody is gonna make it. We're at the end of these days right now. Okay, keep reading.
But for the elect's sake,
Yep.
those days should be shortened.
Con. So you have to remember, if we're at our end times, it says, and except those days should be shortened. There should no flesh be saved, but for the elect's sake. That's you guys. That's you guys. That's the brothers and sisters that are fighting each day. When we go through all of the stuff we go through at home or at work or at school, it's okay to be different. It's okay because everybody else, it tells us that no flesh shall be saved. Okay? So the things that you do, you keep doing them for the Most High because that's the way that you are known for your righteousness. So when Yahweh Shai comes back, he says, oh, okay, all right, I see. Let's go ahead. You're dead. You're dead. No, I'm keeping you. You've been saved. You've been serving. You've been doing what it is you're supposed to do. So while you're here on this earth, you got to do what's pleasing to the Most High. Okay, Elijah, give me Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 2 and verse 5. And we're gonna come to an ending, but I want you guys to remember something. The reason that I named this class Here Today, Gone Tomorrow is just as fast. Remember when I told all of you guys, hey, look, I'm telling you now. I didn't tell you before. Everybody close your eyes. Now open them. That's how fast something can happen. Only if the Most High says so, okay? If he wants for it to happen, if he wants for America, if those bombs come over and boom, hit America, we gotta be ready. We gotta be ready, but and we have to continue to teach the people around us because the Jews require a sign. We gotta understand that we're working with a stiff-necked people, and we're gonna continue. Well, other people, those people that are not in the truth, they're gonna continue to do what it is they want to do. But when they see all of this war and destruction and chaos and killing, they're gonna cry out to the Most High and they're gonna want help. And you gotta be there to help them if it's not too late. So you gotta remember, it's things that you see. Like we were just all just together having a good time, right? And now we're here. We were all together last week, and now it's like, whoa, was that just last week? The time is starting to get shorter and shorter and shorter, okay? And everything is going to come to pass. Everything's going to come to pass. So yes, you can look forward to your future, but everything is going to come to pass. So we as mothers, we have to have we got to be on top of our game at all times. I was talking to Quatazop the other day, and a while ago actually, and I said, you know what? It was a sound. It was a really loud sound. It sounded almost like a bomb. It was loud, and we both woke up, and we were talking about it the next morning. And he said the same thing I said. I thought your whole shop was coming back. And so from there, I said, I thought to myself, man, what do? Do I grab my kids? Do I wake them up? Nah, I gotta just be still and gotta be instructed by the Most High. Because for anyone in here that's a mom, if you hear something and you look up and you see them chariots, you're not going straight for your kids. You're waiting for instruction from the Most High because you know that you're covered and you're doing what you're supposed to be doing. So therefore, maybe your children will be where they supposed to be and they gonna be ready and listening too. So don't think that the Most High, Yahweh Shai, is not coming back to do what it is he promised he was gonna do. Because we are at our end times and y'all need to know that. I know that's a lot to take in, but y'all need to know what time it is, okay? So we're gonna read this here in Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 2. You're gonna read chapter 2, verse 5 and 6, okay? And we're gonna go ahead and do our 18 nations and go from there, okay?
The Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 2, verse 5. For our time is a very shadow that passes away, and after our end there is no returning.
Stop. So he said our very shadow. Has anybody ever been outside playing on a really sunny, pretty day, and you see your shadow right there, right? And then say, for instance, the sun goes away and the clouds come out and your shadow just disappears? You ever seen that happen? That's the way it's gonna happen. Keep reading. I'm sorry, you said, and after our end there is no returning. So once things happen, it's done. It's done away with. There's no going back to try to do what's pleasing unto the Most High. You're supposed to do it while you're here. Right? Okay, keep going.
For it is fast sealed, so that no man cometh again. Come on, therefore, let us enjoy the good things that are present, and let us speedily use the creatures like as in youth.
Now stop. When I was putting together this class, this is important. Y'all gotta understand this. When I was putting together this class, I was reading it, and I didn't quite understand what that meant. I said, what? What do you mean? It says, read it one more time, Elijah.
Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 2, verse
Read it strong.
verse 5.
Like you're at street
6.
speaking.
Verse 6. Come on, therefore, let us enjoy the good things that are present.
Let us enjoy what's going on right here, right now. Let us enjoy us being around each other, the brothers, the sisters, the word, the street speaking, the unity, Purim, Passover. Let us put our everything, our spirit to everything. Let's enjoy it right now while it's here. Keep going.
And let us speedily use the creatures like as in youth.
Now, when I heard this, I had to call Brother Lakarab. Patizap was a little busy with something. I had to call Lakarab and say, brother, what the heck does this mean? And he brought it to my attention. He said, speedily use the creatures like as in youth. Who can raise their hand and tell me what a prehistoric animal is? What's a prehistoric animal?
What is prehistoric?
Prehistoric. History, prehistoric. I could give you one example. I could give you a hint. Noah,
Like it's pre-made?
this was on one of your reading assignments. So Yapa, you can help me out. A prehistoric animal, a prehistoric creature. Something big. Like a dinosaur. Did dinosaurs exist, guys? Yes, they did. They did. It was a prehistoric creature. But guess what? At one time, it was here, but now it's gone, right? A prehistoric animal. So those prehistoric creatures, like whoever heard of, Woody the Woodpecker? Right. Do y'all know that's a real animal? But it's going extinct. We have a lot of things that were here once before, but now they're no longer here. There's a lot of different animals that are going extinct, okay? So I want you guys to remember those creatures, those things that were once here on this earth, they've come to pass. They don't even exist anymore because they've gone extinct. Man has hunted them down, or they couldn't survive, or we wouldn't even know how to live if we were walking around with dinosaurs today, right? So that is a thing of the past. But everything that we are here, everything we live for, it that too shall come to pass one day. So you guys have to remember what's going on in our world, how important it is, and the importance of doing His will. It's an honor to be blessed with this knowledge, and you guys may not know it just yet, but the older you get, the more you'll start to understand. Okay. All right. We're gonna go ahead. We have 5 minutes left. We're gonna go ahead and do our 18 nation song. Okay. Y'all ready? All right. Who gonna start us out? Noah, can you remember? Elijah, would you like to stand up and read them first before doing the song for the little kids? Because it's time to end it. So you're at 13 right now.
Yeah.
Okay? All right. Mm-hmm.
India, Syria, Arab, Chinese, Japanese, so-called Esau, Israel, Ethiopians, Egyptians, North Africa, South Africa, French.
Perfect. All right. Now, Caleb, Ezekiel, you remember it? You want to sing it together? Yeah. Yapala, Yashamara, y'all want to come sing? You want to come sing? Come on, come sing real fast. It's the only time y'all be able to come on up. London, come on, so you could get a little bit of this knowledge. Come on, girl. Come on. We're just gonna sing the song 3 times so you guys could get it in your head, and then we're gonna be out of here. It's gonna be garment time. We gotta get ready for Passover, right? So you guys gotta remember something. The brother say it all the time. I don't know if we have any adults listening, but if we have any adults listening, y'all gotta get y'all garment money in, cause we gotta get y'all stuff ready. All right, you ready? Come on, we're gonna sing. Oh, you heavy girl. You ready? Come on. Come on. Oh. Come on. All right, here we go. Ready? 1, 2, 3. India, Syria, Arab, Chinese, Japanese, so-called Esau, Israel, Ethiopians, Egyptians, North Africa, South Africa, French. One more time, keep going. Go again. India, Syria, Arab, Chinese, Japanese, so-called Esau, Israel, Ethiopia, Egyptians, North Africa, South Africa, French. Perfect. All right, now I want y'all to close your eyes and say it. I know that sounds weird, right? Like what? For what? For what? All right, now go. India, Syria, Arab, Chinese, Japanese, so-called Esau, Israel, Ethiopian, Egyptians, North Africa, South Africa, French. Then, y'all gonna remember this one, because it's gonna be boom, boom, boom. Russian. Okay? So we're gonna add it. We're gonna go boom, boom, boom. Russian, Greek, German, and we're gonna stop. So it's gonna go boom, boom, boom. Why is it going boom, boom, boom? Noah. The war. Elijah.
Because they're bombs.
Because they're bombs. Boom, boom, boom. Russia. Right? Greek. German. Okay? Can y'all remember that?
Okay.
All right, get it out your mouth. Let's go. 1, 2, 3.
India, Syria, Arab, Chinese, Japanese, so-called Esau. Israel,
Ethiopians, Egyptians, North Africa, South Africa, French, Russian. Yeah, there you I remember. I'm old. I just said it. I'm sorry. Do it again. I gotta be with y'all. Okay, one more time. I'm sorry. 1, 2, 3.
India, Syria, Arab, Chinese, Japanese, so-called Esau. Israel, Ethiopia, Egyptians, North Africa, South Africa, French,
Boom, boom, boom.
Russia, Greek, German.
Good. All right. Y'all ready? All right. There's one more thing I want you guys to remember. So, one more thing. What do I want? Okay. I want you guys to say Judah.
Judah,
From the Mediterranean to Iraq.
from the Mediterranean to the Iraq,
From the Euphrates to the Red Sea.
from the Euphrates to the Red Sea,
Benjamin.
Benjamin,
Jamaica and the West Indies.
Jamaica and the West Indies,
Levi.
Levi,
Haiti.
Haiti.
All right. Now we're gonna sing our song one more time, and we're gonna say shalom to everybody, okay? And remind them, Noah, remind them about Passover garments real fast. Elijah, remind them about Passover garments real fast.
We gotta get our Passover money for our garments. We don't want to be out of unity.
And what else? What does the sisters have to do?
Get the garments ready.
We gotta get the garments ready, but how do we get the garments ready if we don't have the material
I know.
to Noah?
You have to get the money.
We gotta get the money, right? We gotta get it. All right, we're gonna sing our song and then say shalom. All right. All right. 1, 2, 3.
India, Syria, Arab, Chinese, Japanese, so-called Esau. Israel,
Ethiopia,